Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. Today I rise with a heavy heart to adjourn in memory of my dear friend, Pablo Rodriguez, a visionary organizer, movement builder, brilliant strategist, and a tireless champion for California's Central Valley and rural communities. Pablo Rodriguez was born on October 21st, 1973 in Ciudad Juárez, Chihuahua, Mexico, and was raised in Hilmar in Merced County. He passed away this past December. His sudden and unexpected passing didn't just send shockwaves through our region, it was felt across the state. His early passing reminded us all that our time is short and that we should never leave for tomorrow what we can do today. I had the privilege of knowing Pablo for nearly 15 years, and without hesitation, I can say that if it were not for him, I likely would not be standing on this floor today. Before deciding to run for office in 2022, as I had in every other election in 2014, 2016, and 2020, I had reached out to Pablo for his advice and his data expertise. True to form, he crunched the numbers, analyzed the districts, and showed me there was a path forward. He encouraged me, connected me to key people. He actually introduced me to my current political consultant and believed in me when I doubted myself. Pablo showed up every single time, even when I did not know it. What I loved most about him was that he didn't just believe anything was possible. He knew it was. He understood deeply that the only way to change the political landscape of our region was through durable community power, by listening, educating, and building leadership from the ground up. That is why he mentored so many people that came into contact with him and served on the board of the Chicano Latino Youth Leadership Project. Actually, I'm an alum of that project. Pablo and I shared a strong bond because we both grew up in a small rural community in the Central Valley. We knew the struggle, and we shared a deep sense of responsibility to make our communities better than we found them. That shared understanding shaped our work and our commitment and our love for good tacos and banda music, which helped grow our friendship. He was raised in a family grounded in dignity, justice, and service. His grandfather, Gonzalo Rodriguez, was a member of the United Farm Workers, which was his introduction to organizing and activism. And in 1994, the year after Cesar Chavez's passing, Pablo participated in the United Farm Workers pilgrimage, a grueling 330-mile from Delano to Sacramento. That march changed his life forever and set him on a lifelong path of organizing on behalf of his community. After joining the United Farm Workers as a staff member, Pablo went on to build the infrastructure of grassroots power in rural California. He helped found Communities for a New California, which grew into a statewide, community-driven civic organization engaging hundreds of thousands of residents across the Central Valley and the Inland Empire. CNC was not designed as a campaign operation. It was built as a permanent year-round force for community empowerment. I got to see the work firsthand. It was rooted in listening, building relationships, and unleashing the agency of everyday working people who had been ignored for too long. He understood people disengage when they feel unseen and heard. He believed the problem of our civic life was not political messaging, but the structures and systems that have left people invisible. He was out to change that in the Central Valley and the Inland Empire. He was humble, wicked smart, a motivator, and a great listener. Traits that made him effective in his work, the trust, and deeply loved by so many of us. At Pablo's celebration of life, I saw the full measure of his impact across generations, across regions, across movements. I also learned more about his many artistic talents, including being part of Los Rudos and doing poetry and spoken word, and how he used art, culture, and humor to inspire, build political consciousness, challenge, heal, and uplift others. The solace I feel today comes from what we accomplished this past legislative session. I had the honor of working with Pablo and CNC to help get AB 1441, which would establish the Merced County Independent Redistricting Commission. And it was signed by the governor. That achievement will have a lasting impact on representation in Merced County and reflects Pablo's lifelong commitment to fair and representative democracy. His last text to me was, Esme, thank you. I can't tell you how happy I am about AB 1441 being signed by Governor Newsom. Man, I'm gonna miss him. Members, a bright light has gone out in the heartland of California. But because of Pablo, hundreds, perhaps thousands of lights now shine in its place. Our region is brighter, our future is brighter, and our democracy is stronger because he believed in people, even when they did not believe in themselves. My thoughts are with his family, his friends, and those carrying forward the baton he so generally passed. He was a great Californian. He lived an extraordinary life, and to those of us who knew him and were close to him are better because of it. Pablo Rodriguez, presente. Thank you, members, for helping me adjourn in the memory of my dear friend, Pablo Rodriguez.
Members, let us observe a moment of silence to honor this distinguished Californian, Pablo Rodriguez.